Everybody be seated. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm sorry we had a delay. There's processing time that you have to go through with engrossing the bills and receiving them from the Senate, getting them over through the House. It just took a little longer than we anticipated, but I appreciate all of you joining us and being so patient to wait for us to get here. Well, first of all, let me just say this is a very historic moment in Oklahoma's time. We achieved something that we all thought might be impossible, that took many different tries of putting packages together in many different ways to help us have sufficient revenue to be able to take care of core government services and certainly to pay for a teacher pay raise in the state of Oklahoma, and also to put Oklahoma on a more solid foundation for the future. But it was not easy getting here. In fact, it was pretty difficult getting here. Long hours, 2 special sessions, which I guess we're still in one, and a regular session, but we finally have made it. And I want to thank our legislative leaders for their tremendously hard work that they put in. The leaders of the House, Speaker McCall, Floor Leader Eccles, our minority leader, Representative Copeland, thank you so much for your work, and all your membership too. In the Senate, Senator Pro Tem Schultz, who had to head back to home to give a speech, and our minority floor leader, Greg Treat. We appreciate your long hours, along with us, minority floor leader Sparks, who has joined us here today. And then, well, you did get a promotion, but almost there. Almost there. And then, of course, our budget chairman, Senator Kim David, and our chairman in the House, Kevin Wallace. We really appreciate all your tremendous work. And of course, the brave men and women that put up some hard votes on the board. And we always have said that this bill is not something we thought was perfect. We always said that no one ran for office wanting to have any increases in our taxes. But I think all of us as Oklahomans felt very committed to finding a way forward to put Oklahoma on a solid financial position compared to the years that we've had revenue shortfalls and even some revenue failures because of the downturn in our economy. And we also have said for many years that giving our teachers a pay raise and having a quality teacher in our classrooms was a priority for the state of Oklahoma. But it was hard to get there with State Question 640. And it took many efforts, many tries. Our teachers that have joined us here today, their voices, parents' voices, our business community, the Step Up Coalition, different organizations that came together to continue to talk to the public, talk to our elected officials to say this is a priority for the state and it's something that we need to do. So I want to applaud our elected officials who have shown great courage, great stamina, put in some very long hours, took a lot of phone calls and emails for and against on these many subjects, but in the end they came forward and I think did the right thing for the state of Oklahoma and for our future. So we appreciate you. Now last night I went down to the Senate floor just to kind of make sure everything was going good, watched the final vote, and after the final vote of the revenue package passed off the Senate floor, I walked off the floor, and I don't know if the lady's here, but there were a couple of teacher representatives that were in the lobby of the Senate, and one lady came up to me and she said, "Now I'm not going to move to San Antonio. Thank you, Governor. Thank you to the House and Senate." And I said, well, that's a good word. We appreciate that. And then earlier, as we began our legislative session, we had the Dallas Public Schools that were in Oklahoma City, just right down the street from the Capitol at the Embassy Suites with a big recruiting booth, trying to recruit our Oklahoma teachers and talking about how much they paid compared to Oklahoma. You might remember, I went down there and welcomed them to Oklahoma, but also said that this is why it's important that we focus on giving our teachers a pay raise and making sure that we have quality teachers in our classroom. So by the passage of these different measures that we passed this week, we will now be able to be second in the region in teacher pay, give our teachers, beginning teachers a little bit over a $6,100 pay increase. There's some levels of based upon longevity too, and which the averages will be 15 to 18%, I think, raises depending upon your length of service, and that's quite remarkable. I made a comment last night that West Virginia had a big teacher strike, gave a 5% raise. We gave a 15 plus and 18 plus to our teachers in Oklahoma. So that is a remarkable historic figure for our state, and something that I think we should all be very proud of, and I'm glad we did it. So today I'm going to sign 3 different bills that we have long waited for, that are now up on my desk. One will be House Bill 1011, and it puts a $17,000 cap on deductions on gross income tax and adjusted gross income tax, and charitable contributions and medical expenses are not capped in that bill. It's known as a Romney Light Plan, which we've discussed many times. The other bill will be House Bill 1023, which establishes the new teacher pay salaries and the schedule, and as I mentioned, will be the largest pay increase for our teachers in Oklahoma's history. So we're very proud of that, and I told you about the increases in that particular figure. And of course, the revenue package that makes all this possible. And it will fund the teacher pay raise and also have some money that will go towards education itself. And I think everybody's pretty familiar with the revenue package that's there. So I'd like to start with the first bill, which is the Romney Light bill, and then move on to the revenue package. And then I'd like to have teachers that would like to join us when I sign the teacher schedule, pay raise schedule bill, to join us. Those who would like to are welcome to join us up here too. So we'll start first of all, guys, with our bill.
Should we step around here?
Probably shall step around.
Oh, yeah.
You're tall enough to be seen, so you got to keep posing. I don't have to.
Make sure this pin's signed 1010.
You know what?
No.
None of those are pointed in our direction.
Nope.